What's up, y'all? Chris here to do a quick, hopefully quick, short, brief post-fight video from last night's fights. Just going to talk 3 fights because I don't have a lot of time. I got a radio show coming up in about 40 minutes. I want to try to get this video up before then. If not, get it up afterwards. But anyways, first up, UFC on Fox card. Just want to talk about the Nate Diaz fight. Nate Diaz, Jim Miller. Nate Diaz put it down, man. I thought he would win the fight. I didn't think he was going to win like that, though. Just dominated Jim Miller on the feet. That was no surprise. I was surprised he was able to pretty much get the better of it in the clinch, avoid takedowns, and even more surprisingly, win by submission. Not that he won by a guillotine. That's one of that guillotine choke in particular. I think he's won 3 or 4 times with in the octagon, but just he was able to get Jim Miller with it. So really good win for Nate Diaz. Very impressive. And it sounds like from what Dana White said last night, he is next in line for the winner of Frank Edgar Ben Henderson, the winner of that fight. So it may be a while before Nate gets his title shot time-wise. Might not be to the end of the year, but I can't wait. Big Nate Diaz fan. Really impressed. And I'm glad to see that he's going to get a title shot. You know, Nick Diaz got one. Nate Diaz is going to get one. And anytime the Diaz brothers are fighting, I'm watching. But overall, I thought the Fox show was really good. I thought the Koscheck-Hendricks fight was a little bit slow at times, but not really as bad as it could have been. And the rest of the card, the Fox card, as far as the televised portion, went as good as probably could have hoped, especially with the start of LeVar Johnson knocking out Pat Barry. Really good to draw the fans in initially. So good, pretty good event overall. As far as the boxing, I didn't get to catch all of Shane Mosley versus Canelo. Saw the second half of the fight. Or the first half was pretty much the same. Canelo pretty much in full control. I'll say there's 2 things about the fight. One, yes, Shane Mosley should retire. But I will give Shane credit for this. Unlike his last 2 losses against Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather, he came to fight. You know, in the Mayweather fight after the second round, didn't do anything. Pacquiao fight, if he got dropped in the 3rd round, did nothing, was in retreat mode. At least in this fight, I will give Shane credit. He came to fight. He earned his paycheck's worth. That said, it's pretty clear he's done. His hands, he would land these little flurries here and there. His hands aren't nearly as fast as they used to be. He would land solid shots. It's obvious that the power is not quite there anymore as well. You can take a shot. Canelo is not a guy that's got a lot of one-hitter-quitter power, as we've seen in fights for the most part. He's a solid hitter. He hits very solid, but he doesn't have a lot of big KO power, I don't think. Canelo, that is. And there were a lot of times in the latter half of that fight I thought he might be able to stop Shane. He popped Shane really some clean shots, hurt him to the body a couple times, but he just never was able to finish Shane off. So once again, give Shane credit for going the distance, not packing it in. But I do think it's definitely time for Shane to call it a career before he sustains any more possible long-term damage to his brain. As for Canelo, it was a good win. It was a good step up, good name to add to his resume. Not sure what's next. Definitely don't think he's ready for Floyd just yet. I wouldn't mind seeing him face Cotto. I don't know if he's ready for Cotto just yet, but it's a fight that I'm actually intrigued by. But either way, it was a solid win for Canelo. As for the main event, Floyd Mayweather versus Miguel Cotto. More competitive fight than I expected. I thought it would be a pretty much whitewash for Floyd. I thought he would win all but a couple rounds. Miguel Cotto definitely brought the fight to him. I think the one thing that I noticed about this fight the most is Floyd definitely, at least it appeared to me, has definitely lost a lot of speed. He didn't look nearly as fast as he has in the past. Maybe that's something that's kind of been apparent over the last couple of years. I don't know. He only fights once a year, and we didn't get to see a whole lot in the Victor Ortiz fight, but he's definitely not as fast as he used to be. I mean, you figure he's not going to be. He's 35 years old, I believe, now. So, naturally, you're going to lose your speed. But Cotto did well when he was able to put Floyd against the ropes. Although Floyd doesn't mind being against the ropes. He's so defensively savvy, he's able to avoid a lot of shots. And I'm not saying Cotto was landing a lot of the shots. You know, you got to see real clear on the replays that a lot of those shots Floyd was really slipping and moving out of the way of. But yes, the fact that Cotto was able to trap him there and throw a lot of shots, you know, it gave the impression that he was in the fight. And he was, you know. I think the middle rounds is where Cotto had a lot of success. I was surprised he was able to land a jab pretty cleanly a few times, effectively, really snap Floyd's head back. I was surprised he just didn't commit to it more often, for whatever reason. But yeah, Cotto did really well in the middle rounds. I'd say around 6, 7, 8. Really seemed to be turning the momentum of the fight, maybe. Not that he was dominating Floyd, but he just seemed to get the better of it. Definitely giving Floyd more problems than we see Floyd have in the past. Because we never really see Floyd have too many problems, you know, outside of A couple rounds maybe lost for De La Hoya fight. But then by the ninth round, I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, Cotto just I don't know if he took the round off, if he tired out. I don't know what it was, but Floyd took over in the ninth round. Cotto just didn't do a whole hell of a lot, to be honest. Floyd won that round, and from that point on, it was all Floyd Mayweather for the most part. 10, 11, 12. Thought he pretty much swept those last 3-4 rounds. And in the 12th round, he actually hurt Cotto. I don't remember the exact punch, but he actually hurt Cotto. Cotto kind of stumbled forward. Floyd didn't go for the kill or anything, but at that point, he knew he was in full control. He was kind of, doing a little taunt, little showboating. Knew he had the fight in hand at that point, and got the win. So it was a good fight. It was worthy of the pay-per-view price. In all honesty, if you paid to watch it, I think it was a more competitive fight than I expected, and it just had a good big fight feel to it throughout. Credit to Cotto. Like I said, made it more competitive than I expected. Gave it all he got, but it wasn't enough. And credit to Floyd. Floyd did his thing once again. Whether I thought that I don't want to say he was a hand-picked opponent, but I think he was a big favorite going in, and we saw why. Floyd gets the win. What's next for Floyd? I have no idea. It's not going to be Manny Pacquiao. Might be Canelo. Who knows? I don't think Canelo's ready for it just yet, and it sounds like maybe Oscar doesn't think that either. So, who knows? Maybe if Tim Bradley can upset Manny Pacquiao, it'll be Tim Bradley. I doubt it. Maybe Ortiz too if he beats Berto, or maybe Berto if he beats Ortiz. Who knows? You never know. It's Floyd, but either way, good night for Team Money. Is that what they call them? Money Team, whatever they call it. Anyways, so for now, I'll be talking about more so MMA, but maybe some of the boxing on Science Fights Radio Show coming up live in the top of the hour. It depends on when you see this video. If you don't see this video before then, always check it out on podcast or on demand. Links for all that stuff in the information part of the video. If you like the shirt, you can get one of this Mexican, Puerto Rican, Filipino, or some Manny Pacquiao or Floyd Mayweather shirts. Hailstorm Sports. I'll put the link in the information part of the video as well. HailstormSportsStore.com though. So if you want to check out some boxing shirts for a good price, check that out. That's it for now. I want to get you guys' thoughts on the fights. The UFC if you're interested. Canelo, Mosley, Mayweather, Cotto, whatever. Till next time.